Welcome back to Sports Hop. You already know what time it is. Mack B, I'm back at it. I'm in the building, and I'm really excited. I got a special guest coming on the couch today. I got a hell of an announcement to make. We got an official UK correspondent. My man Leo Hewitt is in the building, coming all the way from the UK. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, man. Thanks for being here, man. We're excited, man. And you specialize in covering Manchester United Football Club.
Yes, sir.
And all my American folks, football overseas and globally is typically associated with soccer. So when we talk about Manchester United Football Club, we're talking about soccer, just in case you didn't know. But let's just jump right in. Tell me, like, how long have you been a fan of Manchester United, and how long have you been basically following that whole movement?
Since I was pretty much 5 years old. I'm now 25.
Okay, 20 years.
I used to pick Manchester United when I played FIFA when I was a kid. My dad never really supported any football team.
Okay.
So I just went with what I felt was right at the time. And then the glory days of Manchester United is such a historic club. And ever since I've followed the club, it's just been an unbelievable experience. The past 10 years have been very rough, but I'm going to stick to it. I'm never switching sides, man.
You staying down for your squad,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Dedicated.
Until I'm the last remaining supporter.
Right.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Right. And talk about the popularity, right, over in the UK with Manchester United. Do you go to the games periodically? What is that environment like? Because I've been to soccer and football games here, and it's wild here in LA, right?
Yeah.
But talk about the environment over there in the UK, particularly with Manchester United and their fan base.
So going to games is not very accessible. Unless you go to lower league teams.
Okay.
I used to go about 2 years ago. I had like a season ticket for cup games only. So I got to see Manchester United play in the Europa League, so against other European teams. And the atmosphere is fantastic. You get a lot of tourists that visit Manchester United. Old Trafford is the stadium. I think it's one of the biggest clubs in world football. Despite the results at the moment, it remains the club with one of the biggest fan bases in the world. In that, I don't think that will ever change. Right. As long as the club is stable, doesn't go bankrupt, or I hope I didn't jinx it, but it's it has a solid fan base from all around the world, like South Asia, America. I mean, I've met American fans, like they love Man United.
Yeah, very well known.
They love the team.
Yeah. Oh, that's a household name here in the States.
Yes.
I mean, I knew about Manchester United years ago. I'm talking like 20 years plus.
And like we produced some incredible talent. We bought Cristiano Ronaldo in 2003, and he went on to become like one of the best.
Right.
Not just footballers, but athletes in the entire world.
Global icon. Right. Right. Speaking of talent, let's talk about the current lineup, right? You know, Marcus Rashford, left winger, right? He's a forward,
left
right?
Winger. So he started in 2016. I remember his debut, actually. I remember watching it on television.
Yeah.
He played against a Danish team, I think, by the name of Midtjylland.
Okay.
And I think he came off the bench, played as a number 9, so as a forward. But as he got older, he prefers to play on the left, so he can get the ball and dribble and just cut inside. He's gained a lot of maturity over the years, and he's a global icon as well. He's been on the podcast with LeBron James. I mean, guys in America, you'll know Marcus Rashford.
Right.
If you follow soccer, you'll know who he is and the impact he had. During COVID, he used to give food to like the homeless.
Really?
Yeah, like shelter, and like he's a very generous dude. And like I said to you, he gets a lot of stick in the media because as a black man in the UK,
Yeah.
everything he does is scrutinized. So if he does something that people don't appreciate, they'll get on him
Really?
right away. Yeah.
So there's a racial component to that?
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's not just Marcus Rashford. You can take some other examples like Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
He plays for Arsenal.
Okay.
It was the same thing when they both missed a penalty in the Euros.
Mhm.
They got, racist abuse on Instagram. There's just no place.
Yeah. No, absolutely not. No. Let's pivot to Bruno Fernandes, the Portuguese, player for the Manchester United team. He's a midfielder, right?
Yes, sir. So he plays as a number 10, as we call it in football, the playmaker position.
Yeah.
So he's our most important player. Our fan base, Manchester United fan base, I think we're all in agreement that we need to build a team around him because he's that guy. You need to give him the ball,
Okay.
and he's going to make things happen. So Manchester United didn't perform really well this season, but Bruno Fernandes is always a victim of, criticism because he wears the captain armband.
Mm.
He's the guy responsible for making other players look good,
Yeah.
even when even when he's not playing well himself. It'll reflect on the rest of the team.
Mm.
So he's this guy that you just want to give him the ball because he'll make things happen. It's as simple as that, and he has been making things happen for 5 years now.
Right. No, who was he with previously before he came over?
So he was with Sporting Lisbon in,
Okay.
in Portugal.
Yeah.
I believe he played in Italy as well,
Yeah.
but he needed that experience to come over here and play in the Premier League. His stamina is like incredible.
Mm-hmm.
He can run for 90 minutes. He won't be tired.
Wow.
And you got to think like a soccer field.
90 consecutive minutes.
He can run for 90 minutes. He won't be bored.
Right.
He'll whinge a lot. He'll complain, but he gives everything.
Uh-huh.
He's the guy. He's had his like bad performances, but like I said, in a Manchester United team that has been very well below average this season, he's the one that makes things look good.
Wow.
100%.
Wow. I bet you he's fun to watch, huh?
Yeah. No, he's literally
A lot of passion.
I think he shows a lot of passion,
Yeah.
and you can't give him any space.
Mm.
If he gets the ball, you want to close him down. So you don't want him to create opportunities because he's got an incredible vision. His vision is off the charts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's shift gears to the 19-year-old prodigy, Kobe Manu.
Manu.
He's a beast. I think that
Just seeing him
yeah.
right on the screen just
Looks like a little kid, right?
just makes me smile, man. He's a 19-year-old kid.
Yeah.
He's been playing for Manchester United since he was maybe 4 or 5 years old.
Wow.
He's always been a United fan.
That's all he knows.
Yeah, that's all he knows. He's younger than my brother,
Okay.
and he plays for Manchester United with such grace. At 19 years old, you don't when you see him with a football in his feet, you don't believe he's 19.
Right.
He shows extreme composure,
Mm.
and he's fearless.
Wow.
Everyone in England will tell you how good this kid is.
Yeah.
He's going to be in Gareth Southgate's England squad for the upcoming Euros that start next week. He has to be.
Yeah.
He's just that special.
Now, does he see the field frequently? I mean, because he's so young and they're developing him, or is it more kind of he's on the field sporadically and then more like sitting back and learning and watching?
So last season, Manu was mainly on the bench.
Okay.
So he was coming on, making an impact every now and then.
Yeah.
But Manchester United suffered a tremendous amount of injuries this season.
Mm.
And he's had to play a lot more than maybe he would have expected. but I'm sure he doesn't regret any of it, because standout performances. I mean, we're talking like late winners. He scores late winners. He shows composure against the best players in the world. Manchester United just won the FA Cup before I got here.
Yeah.
And he was outplaying some of the best players in the world.
Wow.
He's so special, and he's been given a lot of trust from the manager, and he delivers. Like I said, he's fearless. It's incredible to me.
That's dope, man. And you got to think, because he's only 19, right? Physically, he's still growing. Like, his body is still growing, you know, and he's still got some untapped strength and endurance and agility that's going to come out.
Absolutely.
You know, when you look at these players, because he's a professional, but sometimes you get lost in the sauce. We don't remember he's still a teenager.
He is a teenager, but the physicality of the Premier League means that he has to be in the gym training every week, because the Premier League is unbelievable in terms of quality. You can't go higher than that.
Yeah.
So for him to show his strength in midfield is beyond anything any Manchester United fans could have dreamed for. He holds the ball so well.
Yeah.
He has great vision, and he knows where everyone is. He's like scanning the environment.
Right. Very aware of his surroundings.
Very aware of his surrounding, and he blocks the ball very well in his feet, and he just turns. I could talk about Mainu all day.
Yeah.
He's just that guy. It's been very gloomy for Manchester United fans over the past 10 years, and I hope I'm not, because what we do in England is we overhype a lot of players. That's the truth. We did the same thing with Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
I hope Mainu. I hope he can face the criticism coming, because it will.
Yeah, it's coming.
It is coming. But so far, he's doing well.
Yeah. Speaking of doing well, let's talk about the fullback, Diego Dallo.
Diego Dallo is just look at him. He's a
looks like an international model, man.
Yes, sir.
He's ready for a photo shoot with GQ.
I don't remember. I watched pretty much every Manchester United game.
Yeah.
I don't remember a time where Dallo performed badly. He's everywhere. He clears the line. He makes overlaps. He plays where he's not supposed to play.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this intentional? Yes, it is, because he's very good going forward. His main job is to defend, but he does that with perfection.
Right.
He's so important for the team, which is why we picked him. He's that good defensively.
It seems like his vision, in the heat of the action is good.
Sure.
His vision on the field.
He links up with Bruno and Mainu very well, and he scores goals.
Yeah.
He scores goals, which is, as a fullback, you're not supposed to. You're supposed to do your job. You tuck in, and you mark your man.
Yeah.
He can go forward.
Right.
And he's not shy.
Right. Do you think, and I know they struggled this year, you're still dedicated to your squad. Defensively, do you think that they need to make a lot of adjustments?
Sure.
On the back end?
Sure, because like I said, injuries have killed the team this season.
Yeah.
And the current season ended, and Manchester United just announced last night a bunch of players leaving.
Oh, really?
So they made on their website, they published a list of players out of contract or players that are just on their way. We lost a very important player called Rafael Varane. He's a multiple Champions League winner with Real Madrid. But the problem is he's very injury prone.
Oh, he gets hurt a lot.
He gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
He's good when he plays, but he's now leaving the club. So that means in the next 2 months, Manchester United need reinforcements.
Right.
So they need 2 centre halves. So centre halves, they are basically pillars, right? They hold the fort.
Yeah.
They're literally just in front of the goalkeeper. I don't have to explain to you what centre half
No,
is, but
I'm familiar.
Manchester United need to sign youth, so young players that can play really well with the ball on their feet, because this is what Erik ten Hag is trying to do, the manager.
Right.
But yeah, there's some issues at Manchester United, especially on the opposite side of Diogo Dalot, a left back. Both of our left backs were injured this season, and that's a problem because you had to play players out of position. They're not used to that sort of environment, and as a result, Manchester United have performed, well, let's say, not great. It hasn't been great because of all these injuries. But the summer's coming up and they need to start recruiting players.
Right. Well, I know it's been a struggle, but you're going to still ride with your team. Shout out to the Manchester United Football Club. I think the future's only going to get brighter for them. They're certainly a historical franchise, despite the setbacks this year. Let's pivot to hip-hop. Hip-hop in the UK and what that looks like. And we're going to tap into Rome Streets right now. He was born over there.
Yes,
but moved.
He moved to
New York.
If he listens to this, if he watches this, he'll know that.
Yeah.
We have to call him like he's a New Yorker.
I'm from New York. I'm not mad at it.
He's from New York, so
yeah.
You can't mention New York without mentioning Rome Streets.
Right.
He's been killing it since he first got onto the scene. I was familiar with him about 3 years ago. I knew of Rome Streets.
Yeah.
And when I was at university, I wrote about him, and then I eventually linked up with him.
Nice.
In the UK when he came over for a show, and he's a pretty chill dude, man.
Laid back dude.
He knows he's got talent.
Yeah.
He knows. But like a lot of New York rappers, he doesn't have to brag about it. Like you.
It's just natural.
It's just natural.
Yeah.
And you hear him, his pen is incredible.
He's got bars.
Yeah. He reminds me a lot of a mix of like Big L and like MF Doom.
Yeah.
In the way his wordplay works. No, he's just a very good dude. Like I know him personally.
Right.
He's a very good guy. He gives his heart out every time he performs, whether that's over in the States or he just did a European tour. I think it was last year. He went to a lot of countries. He went to Italy, Germany,
all over,
Austria, France. Like he's got like a solid fan base for sure.
That's dope. Speaking of a fan base, let's shift to Stormzy, right? Because Stormzy's been making his mark over there in the UK as well.
Stormzy, I love Stormzy.
He's got some good music.
Yeah, I remember first hearing Stormzy when I was in school, probably like in year 10. So when I was like in the UK year 10, you're like 14, 15.
Yeah, about 10 years ago.
Yeah, and his first big song was called "Shut Up," and it was him in like a parking lot with his friends, and he was rapping over this beat, and the beat was so like laid back, and what impressed me the most, and I think it impressed everyone, was his deep voice and his confidence. I think that was missing in the UK
Yeah.
a long time. Like, yeah, that's it. Like, this is an incredible song.
Right.
And it's just like you see his homies in the back just
Right.
vibing. I think that the beat is literally playing on one of the little speakers on the floor.
Oh,
So
really?
The production was like, must have been like hella cheap,
Okay.
because that song, after that he became just a superstar. He released albums after albums. He linked up with some of the best artists in the UK. I'm talking Ed Sheeran, guys like Skepta,
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
Stormzy is, and he's killing it. But he doesn't have to prove anything to anyone now, because he's had his 3 albums,
Yeah.
and people vibe with it. people vibe with it, and he's got a massive following.
Speaking of vibing, we would be remiss. We got to talk about Little Sims. So, Little Sims, the female goddess,
She is
killing the game over there.
cold, and I
Vicious, huh?
tell you what, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
She's gonna call it how it is to live in the UK.
Yeah.
As a black woman,
Right. A lot of challenges, right?
a lot of challenges, and she doesn't hesitate to talk about it in her music.
I like that.
She did a lot of, she played in Top Boy as well on Netflix.
She's an actress, yeah.
Yeah,
She's got some major credits under her belt. Yeah.
she's huge, and I think you guys over here, you're tapping in with Little Sims for sure. I love her passion on stage. I've got friends who saw her live. It's a performance.
She's got bars too.
Yeah, she got bars. Yeah, she got bars. She's got bars, melody. I mean, her albums are like a lot of storytelling
Yeah.
from front to back.
Right.
Yeah, I just love what she does. I think in terms of like when we talk about hip hop in the UK, we can't just mention the guys. We got to talk
Look at her rocking. She's rocking.
You got to talk about Lil Sims, and you talk about the best artists. We don't even have to mention female artists, just artists. Period.
Yeah.
She's probably top 3 in the game right now, over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd put her maybe just below Skepta, who's had an impressive career, but I'd put her above possibly Stormzy, Dave, just because of her illustrious rise, right? She's been making music for years, but it was only since COVID that she's been making big moves.
Right.
Big moves.
I love to see those kind of stories, that success story and that transition and the growth, right? Speaking of growing, I mean, Central C now, he's exploding. I mean, he's done some stuff with Drake and some other major artists. Talk to me about Central C and his impact over in the UK.
Central C's impact, I don't think anyone saw it coming.
Okay.
You remember the song Doja?
Yeah.
Doja Cat?
Yeah.
Trying to indulge in that. It's like that song put him to the top of the league.
Right.
His impact, like over here in the States, he became this huge phenomenon because he was people were like, who is this guy? Where's he come from?
Yeah.
Linking up with Drake? Who is he?
Right.
But in the UK, people rock with him. It's music that it's easy to listen to. He's got bars. He's
Right.
got bars for sure. I've followed Central C for a while in terms of pure rap music. So he's released a lot of stuff with French rappers, Italian rappers. There's one song called Eurovision. It was like a 5-6 minute song where he was hopping on a track with an Italian dude, an Arabic dude, and then a French dude.
Wow.
Just they were all rapping in their own language. And that song, again, his production in terms of music is incredible. It's genius. I don't know who his marketing team is, but
Yeah.
they are doing well. And he's very recognizable. You can't walk in the street without being bothered.
Yeah.
That's just the type of guy he is. I mean, you see his jewelry. He just loves fashion, but then he's really good at making hit songs.
Yeah. It starts in the pen to the pad, right?
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's dope, and I think he's only gonna grow even bigger. He just released a song with Lil Baby last week,
Okay.
and Lil Baby maybe needed a little bit of help in that regard, linking with Central C. UK guys, the guys over in the UK, they love Lil Baby as well. So
Yeah.
that connection, for sure, is gonna help both of those artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I look forward to see what it does next.
Yeah. Speaking of looking forward, I'm looking forward to working with you and Leo is coming on board as a UK correspondent to Sports Hop. So this is not just a one and done encounter right here.
I'll be back.
For everybody watching the show, go ahead and let them know where they can find you, your social media handles. If you got a website, let everybody know what's up.
So I'm on Instagram, Leo Hewitt _. Same with Twitter.
Okay.
So if L Hewitt.
Spell out the Hewitt, by the way.
Hewitt, HEWITT. I'm on TikTok, Leo Hewitt. You can find me on there as well. And then, that's it. I publish a lot of stuff on Twitter mostly.
Okay, X. Yeah.
Of course, X. And then, I like to write reviews. I like talking to people. I like meeting new people.
Yeah.
That's why I'm over here.
Right.
LA is a vibe.
Right.
I'm heading to New York next week.
Dope.
That's
Dope.
dope.
Talk about your experience in LA. This is your first time in LA, right?
Yes, sir. It's my first time in the city.
It's been a good week,
It's
right?
been a good week. I've met a lot of people. I feel like it's very easy to meet people. They say when you get older, it's harder to meet people, but I disagree.
Okay.
I think if you get out of your way and you actively look for things to do, you're gonna meet people.
Right.
I love how open you guys are over here.
Yeah.
I've signed up to pickups, soccer pickup games, and I went to different bars. I've talked to different Uber drivers who recommended me places to go.
Yeah.
LA is a vibe.
Yeah.
I just wish I had a car.
Right.
That was maybe not the greatest idea in the world to come over here without a driver's license.
Right.
But next time,
It won't be your last time.
no. Next time I'll have a car and I'll be able to get about just a little bit easier,
Right.
a bit more easily. But yeah, man, I love LA.
Okay.
I honestly, this city already has my heart.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Well, for those watching the show, tap in with Mack B as well. You can follow me at Mack B, MACKB as in boy, _, at Sports Hop Media. So don't you go nowhere. We got Leo Hewitt in the building. Yours truly in the building. Solomon's in the building. You watching Sports Hop. Thanks for watching Sports Hop. Subscribe here for all the latest news on hip hop and sports. It's your boy Mack B.